Hello and welcome to the Fall Term 2021 University of Waterloo Jazz Ensemble. We are presenting today from the Great Hall at Conrad University College. It has been great once again to get together with the students and work in class as we share the joy of the American art form, jazz music. Students in this ensemble come from all faculties on campus. This term we have about 20% returning students and 80% new with varying playing experiences. Big band jazz ensembles, due to their size, need special attention when it comes to choosing material. But it is the arrangement that is the deciding factor to the listening audience. It is with this in mind that I chose to focus on the concert theme today, Composer's Corner. You will find that most of the pieces that were written today were also arranged by the composer himself. Our concert today started with Oh Lady Be Good, written by the infamous musical theater composer George Gershwin. This piece was arranged by Dave Wolpe. Like so many musicians, Dave, a veteran of the U.S. Air Force Band, playing trombone and developing his arranging skills, has given back to his country. Upon returning to civilian life, he would continue to play in numerous bands, but it would be his arranging skills that would be his greatest gift to the high school and university band format. We'd like to carry on now with our second number. It was arranged by a man I first met at the Jazz Educators Conference in Toronto several years ago. Mike Carubia is one of the most talented composers, arrangers, writing in all styles: swing, rock, odd meter, and ballads. But I like his clever use of Latin American styles. He has presented our next standard, Just Friends, in the Brazilian samba groove. Much time was spent this term becoming familiar with the batucada, a sub-style of the samba with the emphasis on the third beat of the bar. His contribution today was originally scored for soprano, alto, tenor, and bass as a vocal number, but I thought it would be nice to feature our guitarist with cameo solos from trumpet and piano. And now, Just Friends. Well, the samba. On every concert, I like to submit to the audience a ballad. The slow melodic flows of ballads allow the listener to sit back, reset in their experience of the presentation. Our arranger is once again a trombonist, but this time a Canadian. Ian McDougall was born in Calgary, Canada, and grew up in Victoria, leaving there in 1960 to tour with the great Johnny Dankworth Band. He returned to Canada in 1962 and began a lengthy career as a freelance player, composer, and arranger in Vancouver. In Toronto, where, until 1991, he was also the lead trombonist with Rob McConnell's Grammy-winning and Juno Award-winning group, the Boss Brass. Ian's interpretation of Thelonious Monk's Round Midnight, our next selection, was, I believe, influenced by his time with the Boss Brass. In that ensemble, he wrote regularly for the band, which was a feat in itself, given Rob McConnell's reason for the band was to hear his own tunes and arrangements played. Rob did not like to share the stage. We hope you will enjoy our presentation this evening of Round Midnight. I do so miss the clapping. Don't you miss the clapping? Give yourselves a round. Now, this is what the concert would normally go like. I would be cutting jokes and talking to the people, and I might go over and dance with someone in the front row a little bit. Unfortunately, we only have 2 dancers here, and they're both busy. There you go. We'd like to carry on now with Queen Bee. A little bit of a sad note, this one. The last time we played this piece of music, this composer and arranger was still around in all his glory, going down to his studio, like I've been doing the last 2 years during COVID, and writing his scores and diligently coming up with new ways of diversifying his personality without not changing his sound. And we spend our whole life as students, including myself, developing a sound that is admirable and that people like and hopefully will adore. On January the 20th of this year, we lost an elder statesman in the jazz community, Sammy Nestico. Some like to call him Sammy Nestico. Like Count Basie, for whom he wrote regularly, Sammy Nestico had his own sound, delivering excellence through his music and academic activities. Many people don't know that Sammy was actually an academic as well. He went around to many universities and colleges in the States and taught master classes to the bands because his music was so unique. Another veteran of the military forces of the U.S. Army, he was staff leader and arranger of the famed Airmen of Note. While attending a conference in Indianapolis a few years ago, I had the opportunity to hear this band at our closing concert. If you love jazz, you need to check them out. They were simply amazing. I would like to dedicate this last selection to another member of the Airmen of Note band, my dear friend who I played with in the orchestra at the Stratford Festival for many, many years, Jerry Johnson. Once again, another trombone player who passed away in 2005. And Jerry he played with the Boss Brass and several other people. Do never forget the people that made it possible for you to be here today. Give them credit. With that in mind, we'd like to carry on now with Queen Bee by Sammy Nestico. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we've come to the closing number in today's performance. We hope you've enjoyed what we have to offer here at Conrad Grebel. We have many different ensembles available for you to play in, and for those who might be considering attending here, I'm sure any one of these people in the band would love to give you a heads up of what this ensemble was like in particular. Can I have a hand for the veteran players? Who's been in the band at least once before? Nice and high. Thank you very much. There you go. Thank you. As we close this presentation today, I would like to thank the band and those behind the scenes that made this possible. Angelica Allen in the music department, Rebecca Kempe, our recording engineer, Jen Kunkel, sound and video editing, and Ernie Kalwa for sitting in with the saxophones this term. I taught them that. There you go, Ernie. Thank you, and thank you, Ernie. You've been a great asset all these years. Yep. We would like to now close our concert with a quote from the composer and arranger Gordon Goodwin, which is directed to the band. And they've never actually heard this before, so this will be a little bit of a heads up for you, but what Gordon had to say about the tune. One of the things that we arrangers of jazz music like to do is take an old song and dress it up with some new clothes. My own point of view is to leave the melody more or less as the original composer wrote it, and to be Judaeus with any harmonic changes I make to the song. Harmonic, of course, we know is chords, right? The harmonic structure, which we've talked about many times. But when it comes to rhythm, there is where we can get and cut loose a bit. I enjoy seeing how a song works with a different time signature and or a different groove than the original. On this chart, I tried to turn the carol we all know and love into a gentle waltz. Keep this in mind as you play it. We'd now like to close our selection with Hark, the Herald Angels Sing, arranged by Gordon Goodwin. One, two, three, two.